Welcome to Pegasus Auto Racing Supplies. I'm Zach Moore on Techline, and today we're going to be talking about pedal boxes. So this is actually an OBP pedal box that we keep on display here. It's kind of nice because it's actually angled. This is specifically built for an E36, I believe. Yes, this one is an E36. There is also one for an E46. This one we did already set up some masters, so that would be these right here. We have a clutch and two brake masters as a tandem master. That is pretty much how any pedal box, complete pedal box assembly that you're going to see is set up. This one does have them kind of angled. That is done specifically just to keep the height of this down. What you'll notice is on the brake pedal, there's this part. You may be wondering, oh, what's that? What's that? It looks fancy. It kind of does some stuff, moves with the pedal, right? That is a balance bar. Inside the middle of the brake pedal, there is a little bearing, and actually as you turn this adjuster, which our display unit doesn't really do because the cable is like 6 inches long, but as you turn that adjuster, it turns this bar, and as this turns, it moves the bearing inside the pedal. What that does is that bearing moves closer to one master cylinder or the other, and that changes the leverage that the pedal has on the master. So it'll physically push one push rod further than the other. That's the easiest way to quickly, on the fly, change brake bias. Because if you push it more towards a front master or more towards a rear, you gain that leverage. Essentially, you gain all the additional hydraulic pressure that you're creating from pushing in that piston further. That's kind of the basics. Additionally, you can also change out the master bores. So these are both, actually this one is a 5/8 and this one is a 7/10. We have, I think 5/8 all the way through 1 1/8. Changing out that bore size is easily the most important thing or most important step towards getting a proper brake bias. Additionally, you can also change the lengths of the push rods. Going to the balance bar, that essentially changes how what happens when you press the brake pedal in, which master cylinder activates first or gets pushed in further. That's just another little tuning device. Pedal boxes like this are fantastic for tuning. You'll see them oftentimes on full-scale race cars. The tricky part is there's a lot to change. Give a fool a knob and he'll change it the wrong way, right? Well, that's just the case here. Chances are you're going to make likely quite a lot of bad adjustments or misadjustments or whatever you want to call them. We'll call them learning tools. You're going to make a lot of mistakes and kind of learn a lot. It is quite a learning curve to properly set up a pedal box like this. And really, that's only the brake pedal. That is the most important thing. Having everything in line to base off of the brake pedal is the other thing. The other really nice part about a brake pedal box is you can change the heights of the pedals, whereas on a lot of factory stuff you can't. You're kind of stuck with what it is. You can also change the how far it goes. It's easy to set up pedal stops and stuff like that. There's a lot of adjustability with a pedal box, and a lot of those things are the things that really set one brand of pedal box apart from the others. We do carry OBP and Tilton as pedal boxes, or as brands for pedal boxes. Both are pretty good, high quality pedal boxes that we've had great success with over the years, providing them to customers. So those are the basics of a pedal box. I'm not going to go into the details on how you should set yours up because it is so incredibly different from car to car, from setup to master bore size to brake caliper size, everything else, all the other calculations to make sure that you have a proper brake bias. All that gets changed as a tuning tool. This gives you all the tuning tools. That's a huge part about these. The only tricky part is mounting them can be tricky, making sure that you have proper mounting style so that it's stiff enough that you aren't having deflection and issues there. And then of course the learning curve of it, going through all the proper procedures to set it up correctly, hopefully once and done, but it's never once and done. So those are the basics. hopefully that steered you towards or away from a pedal box, depending on what your project scope is, and hopefully that was a little bit of extra information for you.